Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Lords of Xulima, shall we? A story of gods and humans. This is a really cool looking RPG that was recommended by a viewer, and every time you all recommend something in the YouTube comments, like if I'm playing a game and you're like, oh, this reminds me of this, or have you tried this, I always check it out. I always go to Steam. And you guys have such great recommendations. I'd never heard of this game. It was on sale on Steam. It looked awesome. I picked it up, and I'm really excited to give it a shot for the very first time. So let's go in with a new game. We're going to go on, let's see, difficulty normal, old school veteran. What is this? I mean, that is what I am. Oh my God.
So deep was I sleeping that I felt as if I were drowning in the darkness and silence, as if time itself had stopped. I was on the Isle of Brina, far from the great war that consumed the grand continent of Rodinia. I heard a voice whispering in my ears, and I felt as if my body was being lifted up. I could not open my eyes, but I could see the firmament clearly, as if I had been pulled up to the stars.
Gowlin, hear the voice of Golat, the architect, the master of dreams and constructor of matter. The world is in agony. The Guardian of Souls is gaining power over the Lords of Xulima. Our strength diminishes. I have watched you from the stars. I have chosen you to be my herald, my hand on Earth. You must complete the mission I am giving you. Eradicate the evil that profanes the divine temples of the Creators. Gather your party and sail to Xulima, where no other men from the west have set foot. Let the currents of Naliet and the breath of Taliet guide you to your destiny.
The voice trailed into the stars, like a whisper carried away on the winds. Finally, I was able to open my eyes. Had it all been a dream? I wished it were so, but I knew it was real.
All right, so we're following a dream. Okay, a couple of things to say right off the bat. Number one, it's Xulima, so I'm pronouncing it wrong. I apologize. And number two, I was actually trying to read the difference between normal mode and hardcore veteran, and I just clicked it and I got into it, and I'm probably going to regret that. But I am a veteran, and so, you know, we'll see. We'll just see. Creating a party. Now you must generate a group of 5 characters that will accompany Gowlin on his trip. All right, we're following the dream. You may choose to create those characters or use the default group. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to use the default party because generally the game will give you something that makes sense. And then if I do need to restart and go normal mode because I'm getting my butt kicked, then I will create a custom party with the knowledge that I've learned. But like even with Might and Magic 3, I love the default party. And sometimes default parties actually have more dialogue and story and stuff in the game as opposed to the custom parties. So I'm just going to go quick start.
It was said that it was to be the darkest and bloodiest age in the history of man. On the great continent of Rodinia, the 2 largest kingdoms began a great war that would drag every country and village into an endless stretch of death and chaos. Many begged and prayed to the gods for help, but the gods never answered. In the safety of Brina, a small island in the far east of Rodinia, the echoes of war thundered louder with each passing day. In those ill-fated times, those who govern our destiny decided that I, Gowlin the explorer and navigator, would do my part to shape history. So I was chosen by Golat, the master of works, to be his herald on Earth. In that time, I understood very little of the true meaning of those grave and profound words. The gods who once lived on the lost continent of Xulima years ago were engaged in battle with the Guardian of Souls, and as their power waned, the power of their enemies waxed. Golat commanded me to sail to Xulima, and once there, liberate the sacred temples of the divine. Little hope remained in the world as long as our Lord Protectors continued their battles beyond the distant stars. Without them, nothing could stop the ruin of Rodinia.
Yikes.
And so, it was then that I gathered my allies and set sail from Brina to the east. The wind and the currents guided us across the vast ocean of Morovia. The clouds and the mists were our constant and only companions. 2 weeks later, the clouds divided, and at last we felt the light of the sun once more. And there it was. Beyond the horizon, the land of legend. Xulima, home of the creators.
Wow, okay, so this is a big quest. So first of all, let's just talk about some of the presentation elements here. I like this, still image of the beach. It's cool. I like the voice acting. I like the music. It's a cool story. I mean, like, what, we're going home to Xulima. Well, it's not really home. It's the home of the creators, not really home to the humans. But our character seems like kind of a big deal, like this renowned explorer. We've got a group. We're trying to help the gods so that they don't lose this battle with the guardian of souls or whatever. So there's a lot at stake here. Let's go. Tutorial. Movement and exploration. Use the left mouse button to move to your desired location or to interact with objects. Hold down Control to run. You can also toggle auto run with Alt, okay? Use right mouse if you want more information. And you can use WASD as well. Okay. Interesting. So, I have a 6-party group here. And here's Gowlin. I am the explorer. I'm a big deal, but I'm level 1. And my stats, if we're talking D&D stats, these are god-awful. I'm just totally average, but hopefully it's not that. Okay, so nice looking UI, very clean, easy. Here's my paper doll. I have a defense of 10. It looks like higher is better. Then we have Duelis the Bard. Okay, so we have a poet, a singer, great. We have Kira the Thief, okay, great. We have this Psycho Ixus the Soldier. We have a Cleric, and we have Manon the Mage. Okay, nice. Okay, this is like a default party. This is great. I don't know if top to bottom matters in terms of, the marching order, but that's okay. So, I have, like, a satiety bar, so I have some hunger that I need to manage. And here's my ship, but we'll just walk around. I'm going to push Alt. I want to run. I'm in a hurry. This is a big one. So, let's see. I'm just moving along, uncovering the map. Interacting with objects. Use your mouse pointer to carefully examine the objects you see in the surrounding environment. If an object lights up, you can interact with it. Okay. Sounds great. I will do exactly that. There's something inside. Okay, great. Spacebar take all, by the way. Excellent. Plant collection. Gowlin the Explorer has the ability Knowledge of Herbs, which allows him to gather plants, herbs, and mushrooms. The more you improve this ability, the more you will be able to harvest from each plant you find. When you have enough samples, you'll be able to use them to improve an attribute or resistance. Cool. Well, I better get some. You see my mini-map is filling up there. What is this? Is this my, sight range? Torches. Oh, okay. I thought that was a telescope. It's a torch. Okay, cool. And then this is, do I want to rest? All right, here's a mushroom. Let's go get it. Boletus. And we got 1 point to mental resistance. Cool. Get the mushroom. I mean, I'm going to be getting every mushroom I see. I don't even care. Is there a highlight all interactables tutorial? Food and rest. Pay attention to how much food reserves you have. I only have 1. As you travel, rest, and perform actions, you will consume your food reserves. Without food, you cannot rest. When you rest, you regain your hit points and power points, and you could cure any wounds you've received. When traveling in some terrains, like deserts or snow, you'll use more food than normal. Try to stay on the roads and paths whenever possible. You can get food by buying it from vendors in villages, finding it in sacks or barrels, or by finding it in nature. Okay. I got some food. Plant with fruits. Okay, great. Yeah, my food capacity has increased. That's terrific. All right, so there's like a little survival element to this RPG. Oh, there's something down here. It's a Tapanella, and it adds to electric resistance. Okay, so is this for the whole party, or... I don't know. Alright, I got something else. I'm looking at everything. I pick up everything. There it is. Cool. It's a very pleasant game. I like the music. I haven't even gotten into a fight, but it's kind of a cool aesthetic. Like, you don't really get an overworld map like this too often, where it's isometric, but it's WASD, and you only see your hero, and you know, you're gathering from the environment. Like, it's kind of cool. I got more food. I am happy with food. New journal event to Divine Temples. Beyond the forest stood a human village. Could there really be humans living in Xulima? The legends told us that in the past, men and gods walked together over these lands. I wonder if they know something about Rodinia and the kingdoms of the west. Okay, I don't know. Can I get that? Stay out of trouble. Alright, dude, I will. The soldier of Nengorth. Halt! We're watching you. What is it? No stranger enters the village without paying the toll. Toll? To enter a village? I come from far away, soldier. Is this how you receive visitors from other lands? It's the law. This village is under the protection of Prince Nengorth. He makes the rules. Pay 100 gold, and you are free to come and go from the village as you wish for a period of time. But watch yourself, stranger. Make trouble and you'll be taken to the temple. That period of time is 20 minutes. I don't have the money. Then I won't enter.
Get lost.
Whoa, you hear that? That's rude. I'm just gonna collect important items from the landscape and hope to raise my stats. If you're gonna be like that. By the way, you can hold down left mouse and just kind of run around with your character too. It's kind of neat. Ramar. Oh, there's a baddie. That's sweet. Look at that goblin just chilling. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything, and then we'll go fight. Let's see what combat's like, shall we? Enemies. Enemies that you see on the map are immobile and won't attack until you enter into their area of influence. Mouse over the enemy to see how close you can get before they attack. Though the enemies are represented on the map by a solitary creature, they're normally found in groups. Use the right mouse button to see how many enemies are present in the group. Okay, so this is their area of influence as I mouse over, and if I right-click, you can see there's 3 Ascaris here. Let's go talk to them. Each enemy has its own strengths and weaknesses. I would hope so. Combat functions through a turn-based system. Thank God. Okay, and the bard's in the back. Perfect. So I don't know how my formation... I'll have to look at that, but it seems to be organized pretty reasonably. The thief, the soldier, and the explorer are in the front. The order of turns is shown in the column on the right-hand side, and it's based on speed and the condition of the combatants. Combatants will lose turns if they're stunned, paralyzed, etc. When it's one of your character's turns, you will see the actions available to them on the screen. When you select your action, you may also need to select a target for that action. Only polearms and projectile weapons can be used from the back line. Interesting. By the same rule, combatants on the back line are protected from most attacks by those on the front. Use button combat grid on the map screen in order to set the combat positions for your group. Okay, there you go. During combat, you can also change the position of your party members when it's their turn or pull them out of combat to try to flee. Okay. Look at these guys. This is fun. This is a, just kind of old school appearance. I like it. And let's see here. All right, so Kira gets to go first, and then the Bard. And Kira can attack with a 74% chance for 5 to 6 hit points. And let's see, she can also, we can defend. We can change their equipment, look in the inventory. Doesn't look like she has any special abilities here. And we can move the character. Let's just hit. And we hit. And we did some damage, but he's still very much alive. Now, the Bard has a bow, which is amazing, so we're going to pile on this guy. We missed. I turned on the combat log. You can see it in the upper right. Oh, look at that guy. He stepped forward to attack. What a cool animation. Okay. That's funny. And now, it is Menon's turn. Menon, fire incantations. Oh, okay. So this, maybe you have to put skills here. Okay, yeah. So it's not that I don't have any skills, but if I want to, I'm trying to like, okay, I put sparks right there. I'm going to cast on that guy. Yeah. All right, sweet. And this is my man here. Just hit this guy. Bap him. Yes, we stunned him. Okay, great. And she's got, what is this? Light heal. No, don't cast it. I was wrong about that. Don't do it. I was just trying to go. There you go. And then you can just go ahead and just attack this guy. Even though he's stunned, just try to kill him. You got him. My God. You can adjust the combat speed, which is cool. So we'll just go at normal speed at first, but as we get into it, we'll probably speed it up a little bit. All right, Kira. Hit him. Ooh, bleed. Put the bleed on. Gallon, do your thing. Critical hit. That's what we needed. Oh, the Bard has some music. What you got? Songs of Glory. 20 seconds. Helps our accuracy. Yeah, of course. Sing the song. All day. Ow. Bam. Stunned him. Alright. Just hit this guy. Kill him. There you go. We're so accurate. Dweelus is making beautiful music. We need it, dweebs. Why can't you hit this guy? Is it because they're so far over there? Does left to right positioning matter as well? You know, it looks like it might. It's her turn, but I can't target this guy. So I guess I just block. Can you hit him? Is that a mistake? Why can't I hit that guy? I'll just defend. Okay, yeah, it's because he's too far away. Like, he's too far to the left. The Bard could shoot. Middle guy can hit. So I guess I could move over to this position to be able to fight this guy, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm just going to block. And then I'm not even going to use a spell. I'm going to save it. We got 36 experience. We have enough money to enter the town. Just like that. Sweet. We can go into town. We go where we want. Is this your camp? We're going to take everything. It's my... Oh, baby. Whoa, look at the star rating. That is hilarious. My God. Does that go to 20? I'm not counting them. I'm just at a glance. It goes up high. And this is a 1. But better than what we got, probably. And now we got a bunch of money. Okay. So let me just check out. What are you wearing armor-wise? I don't think he has any armor. So, put it on. And you might say, shouldn't we spread it around? And I say, no. Gowlin is the most important. He's the explorer. We got to keep this guy alive. All right, so he's really well armored. And according to the map, there's really no place else I can go. So we're going to just pay their extortionate fee here and walk in the front door. Here's your money. Move along.
Go away.
Well, okay, I'm going to go away, but I'm going to go into town. Who's this?
Good day.
Galvan, the trainer. Greetings, strangers. I'm Galvan, master and trainer. I welcome you to our village, though you come in dark times. You don't look like you're from around here. Where are you from? We come from the Isle of Brina, in the far eastern region of Rodinia. Rodinia? Brina? In all of my travels, I've never heard of these places. Where are they? It's obvious that the inhabitants of Xulima know nothing of the great continent of Rodinia. You decide to not discuss it further. You also decide to keep silent about your divine mission. That's a good idea. Let's keep the whole we're summoned by the gods thing just on the down low. It's a small, remote place. It's really not important. Tell me, friend, what brings a group such as yours to, Velagarn? We are on a mission, but I cannot say much more. Judging by how the soldiers of Nengorth treat people at the gates, this does not seem to be a very friendly place. Galvan lowers his voice and almost at a whisper says, Shh, be careful what you say, my friend. The Prince of Nengorth has eyes everywhere. That said, the people of Velagarn detest him like a sickness. When his forces invaded, they killed many innocent people. All those who resisted and were not killed are now locked up in the Temple of Fabret. The Temple of Fabret is being used as a prison? What? Has the news of Arthurion's fall not reached your lands? Arthurion, who's that? We appreciate any information you can give us about this region. Gallivan's eyes open wide as he carefully examines your face, looking for a sign that you may be joking. I find it difficult to believe you know nothing of Arthurion, my friend, but I will tell you what I can. Arthurion was the one king of men in Xulima. He ruled these lands for many years, so many, in fact, that he appeared immortal. It is said that he was the favorite of the gods, but when the Makers departed, Arthurion's life force began to diminish like a dying candle flame, until finally he disappeared. The kingdom was inherited by his 4 sons. Nengorth the Silent took the region of Nabros, Cornel the Enchanter took Karaga, Darthanos the Beastmaster took Devonia, and Ubengel the Tormentor took Nagira. They have been cruel and terrible governors. They started a war against the priests of the temples and massacred them. They took the temples, converted them to prisons, and prohibited any worship of the lords of Xulima. For that reason, they are known as the impious princes. So be wary, my friend, not only here, but in other villages as well. That said, you're safer here than in any of the surrounding areas. The world is now plunged into chaos. Terrible creatures that once existed only in stories and legends now roam these lands. If the lords do not return, I do not know what will become of us. Thank you for talking to us, and thank you for your advice, Master Galvin. All right. So there's a new event. Arthurion was the great king of men in Xulima. It seemed that he was held high in the favor of the gods until their disappearance. After him, his 4 sons divided the kingdom and began a reign of terror over the lands. They massacred the priests and turned the temples into prisons. Is this what Galat spoke of in my dreams? Is my mission to cast the armies of the impious princes out of the temples? I mean, even if it isn't, it just seems like the right thing to do. How can I help you? Tell me about yourself. I am Galvan, the trainer. I used to train the soldiers of the castle of Nabros, but when it was taken by the prince, I was expelled from my post. None but those who have joined the prince's army or sworn an oath of submission may enter the castle. Now I'm simply trying to make a living. For a small fee, I can offer you my services as a trainer. I can help you develop and improve your abilities. I'd like to know more about the temples. Never has there been a graver insult to the gods. Nengorth and the rest of the Arthurian's children have invaded the temples and massacred the holy priests. They converted the temples into places of death and condemnation. This is why they are known as the impious princes. Why have they done this? Nobody knows. There are rumors and hearsay, but nothing seems to make sense. If you want to laugh, ask Odred, the hermit. He claims to have witnessed a terrible incident involving the princes. In my opinion, the man's crazy. It may be worth trying. Where can we find him? The last time I spoke to him, he told me he was going to live in the golden woods of Sorentia. It's the last I've heard of him. It's a dangerous place. I really hope he's okay. According to Galvan, Odred the hermit knows something about the impious princes and their relationship with the divine temples. The hermit lives in the golden woods of Sorentia, north of Velagarn. I must make my way there to discover what it is that he might know about this mysterious subject. I will try to find him. And how can I enter the temples? The temples have been sealed with enchantments and can only be opened with a special key. I know nothing of the other temples, but the key to the Temple of Fabret is in the hands of Nengorth himself, so you could forget about entering. Why would you want to do so anyway? I have my reasons. I will find a way. Tell me about the prince. His castle is in the east, in the region of Nabros. Take care, for his forces protect the temple, the village, and all the border crossings. Someday the cursed man will get his due. That day will be remembered and celebrated by the people of Velagarn. Take courage, my friend, for that day may be closer than you think. That's right. I'd like to see the job postings. You got some? Here you will find various requests posted by the townsfolk. If you complete one of those tasks, let me know, and I'll grant you the reward. So there's a new mission for Dobrik's ring. Azalea of Velagarn wants to recover the ring owned by her husband, Dobrik. The last time Dobrik was seen, he was heading for the Rat Cave. Ooh, the Rat Cave, near the Tower of the Melancholy. You can reach the cave through the southeast gate of the village. Do you accept? I do. All right. Sorry, there are no more requests. Okay, come back and we'll have more. Sure. Can you improve my abilities? I would like to improve a skill of my choosing. Oh. So for 100, I can just get a skill. Okay, well done. Use your newfound potential wisely. All right, cool. All characters have leveled up. Oh, when I level up, I can use the point, and then it costs more. Okay, cool. Now, that's a good way to spend money. I like it. Thank you. Who doesn't want skill points, right? All right, what else you got in this town, huh? Here's weapon guy.
How can I help you?
Morwick, the merchant. Greetings, noble sirs. Welcome to my store. You'll never find better prices. Allow me to say that it is an honor to serve such fine clients as yourselves. The merchant makes an exaggerated bow to the party, nearly touching the ground with his forehead. Wow, that's impressive. Allow me to present myself. My name is Morwick the Longhand. How can I help you? Let's take a look at your goods. All right. So, he sells this brass short sword, for example. Now, I have a brass axe, which I'd probably want an axe. And you have, what do you have, Bard? A bow. So he has this icy dagger, which looks actually pretty good. What do you have? You probably have, you have a brass short sword, okay. So she can't equip it. You need strength and agility and level 6 in swords. Okay. So the warrior probably needs some armor. He could equip this. I just am nowhere near the amount of money needed. So I don't have that much money. So we'll just kind of save up.
Come back soon.
I will come back soon. Thank you. So she sells food. I have 2 days. Oop. Mushroom. Free torch. I don't know if it's actually free. I'm just stealing everything. Nobody seems to be upset about this. I help myself. When I was in Sporia Forest, I saw a mushroom the size of a man, and I swear it was walking, according to the legends. Okay, well, that's scary. We'll pick it anyway, though. All right, and what's this? Oh, okay, that water counted as food. And the well. You have found a well whose waters glow with a shining dark violet color. Do you wish to drink it? Yeah. Drink it. All right, we got divine resistance. Heck yeah. Oh, yeah. We do have to keep some money for their toll. That's a good point. Whoa. Look at this lockpicking screen. What is this, Minesweeper? Okay. I did it. I connected the gears. Okay, so we got an elixir. That's great, and some money. Take it all. That's awesome. I love that there's little secrets over here. That's cool. Yeah. Is that permanent? I feel like it is. I feel like it's just permanent. I'm just going to pretend that it is. Cool. There's a chest over here. What's this? Ooh. Divine Armor Scroll. Sweet. Alright, so I love that I can loot the town. And I'm really excited about this game, and I'd love to know what you all think of it. Have you heard of this game? I am going to put a link in the description below so you can check out the Steam page, see if it's still on sale if you're interested. Let me know what your impressions are. If you have any tips or tricks for a new player, if you have a desire to see more of this on the channel, and I'd love to chat with you about the game down in the comments below. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Take care.